Hey everyone, here's another video update for my new tank, and I promise there's going to be a few more videos on my other tank, which is called Treasure Reef. But right now I'm spending a little bit more time with this tank, and there's lots of new development, lots of new changes, as you can see. And I think well, it's always nice to have a change in the tank scenery. That's what kind of keeps you going with this hobby. So want to provide a quick update on what's going on with the tank. It's now about 1 month old, and you can see that it's kind of settled in quite nicely. So there's quite a few changes here. Let's first start with some coral additions. There are 5, so the way the structure works is there are 5 separate pillars. So there was 1 in the middle, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and then separately from here there's like a little bit of an anemone and Favia island, and I wanted a little bit of space in between. So as you can see here, all 5 pillars are going to be themed differently. So the one in the back left is green star polyps. I've fused 2 extra large colonies from my other aquariums, and right now you can see this is a beautiful carpet, so we'll see it from the other side soon. The one closer to us is the Gorgonian that I've just picked up at Reef Wholesale, so big thanks to them, and eventually I think there's going to be a few more Gorgonians, maybe different colors, but something that's nice, tall, and does some movement. And the whole tank, the theme for the tank, as I've said in previous videos before, is all about the movement. There's not going to be any hard corals per se here. There's going to be a couple of Favias, but other than that, everything else is going to be moving. And the only reason I've got the Favias here, especially the one in the back, is I don't have any space in my other tank for this beautiful colony. So going back to the pillars, the one in the middle is going to be my Euphilia tank, and you've got, sorry, a pillar. So there's a few frog spawns, there's 1 yellow hammer, and closer to me I think there's going to be some torches. Now torches are super expensive right now, and because this is a daylight looking tank, I don't think I need any of the holy grail type of corals, because as you can see here, even these frog spawns, this is a yellow hammer, but doesn't look anything special under the regular light, and I don't want it to. I want just something to be as natural. The whole theme for the tank is snorkeling, so this is what I would see if I'm snorkeling in the very shallow sunlit waters. Now there is 1 stray anemone here that eventually I'm probably gonna have to try and take out. I don't know how, so right now I'm just gonna have to live with it. And moving on to the right, we've got a leather pillar closer to us, and then behind it there's a Kenya tree, and there's going to be maybe some other, I think, carnations in the back there. There is a Goniapora that I've plopped in the middle, and those 2 clowns, instead of going for the bubble tip, they really enjoy the Goni, and especially the little one. So the big one I've actually picked up from my other tank. I know it was acclimated for bubble tip anemones, but for some reason he's just not, none of them are going in. So I am still on the fence on the whole fish thing. So there you go, they're going in. So I'll talk about fish in just a second, but let's just continue with the tour. We've got this pulsing xenia in the back here. Here's 1 shrimp. So I've got 2 blood shrimps here and 1 boxer. So going on the other side. So actually, before we do this, this is yet another creature. Hey buddy, say hi. 0 interest. All right, so coming back, we've got on this side, you can see that the green star polyp, it just looks awesome, especially when there's a daylight kind of hitting the tank. Now, I still haven't fixed the bubbles. I appreciate all of the comments. I just haven't had any time to address it. I think I'm gonna add some Vaseline to the O-rings, although I'm not even sure where they would be there. And apparently I'm supposed to apply some clamps or whatever to the hoses, and it's supposed to handle it. Now, as I've said before, if I move this, you can hear the sound. So there's air coming out, but after a while the air just gets back in. So something is not right. So, and you can see I just moved it and there's all this air. So not happy with the OAC Biomaster. That's just not cool for such an expensive top of the line filter, canister filter. I've never experienced anything like that. So I'm not happy with this, but it's coming back. So this is the Favia, and I've got a couple of vermitid snails that I have to handle. I've got some Aiptasia here that I also need to handle. But let's talk fish. So if you remember in my previous video, I showed off this beautiful blue throat, and unfortunately after I've added it, they've been for a week with this powder brown, which I've had for about 3-4 months now, and the powder brown immediately got covered in ick. So now, granted, I didn't do any quarantine, but again, when I quarantine my fish, I don't treat it for ick anyways. So I think it's just the stress that got him kind of going this way. So what I'm doing now is I've taken the blue throat out of the tank, and I have introduced a couple of shrimp, which maybe will help a little bit. And I've also introduced this beautiful cleaner wrasse with you know, a very nice yellow head. It's a beautiful little guy. So overall, this is what my current fish inhabitant situation is. So let's take a look. So here's one blood shrimp. I think there is one more blood shrimp, but I cannot seem to find it. I don't know how they hide in such a small tank where everything is nice and open, but they do. And you've got the boxer shrimp right there. So 2 clowns. I got 2 wrasses, so just the 6 line and this cleaner wrasse. And other than that, I don't think I've got anybody else. I think there's a sailfin goby, which I actually haven't seen, so I'm gonna try and find it. Maybe it died and is releasing toxins as we speak. So the nice thing about this tank is, because everything is so open, and also you've got a bit of a daylight thing going on, you can actually examine the creatures, and I'm going deep on that front. Oh, by the way, so the cowrie is right over here. The feather duster is in the back there. You can see it right underneath the shrimp. So overall fun, and I think tank is stabilizing quite nicely. And I haven't cleaned, I think I've cleaned the pre-filter twice in all this time. And I'm not doing anything else. I'm not doing any dosing, just doing some water changes. And I think my alkalinity demands are not going to be that high anyways. So coming back to the fish, you can see maybe the cleaner wrasse is going to go after a little bit of ick, but I'm not sure. You can see it's kind of doing it right now, or trying to. If the powder brown survives, I don't think I'm gonna introduce any other tanks for a while. If not, I'll have to think what I'm gonna do next. And for the clowns, maybe it's the skunks. I'm very tempted. Or since these are bubble tips, I might just get a couple of golden maroons and just kind of go deep on that front. Now, having said that, because the anemones are kind of off to the side, even if there is aggression I think it's totally fine. Like this will be kind of their little corner there, and then maybe there'll be a few small fish, but I'm not sure what else I'm going to introduce. So I'm gonna take a step back, not gonna rush into it. We'll see how the powder brown is doing and then go from there. So thanks for watching, and we'll chat in the next video. Thanks.